my sales time. Gonna bust up your behind. This is my sales time. Gonna mess up your whole mind. This is my sales time. Gonna bust up your behind. This is my sales time. Gonna mess up your whole mind.
Welcome to Work the Left Side. We are back. I am joined by Mr. Instagram. It has been an age. Buddy, how are we doing? You good?
All is good, my man. Hope you are well.
Yeah, mate, 555. As always, in the words of Lou Nixon, too blessed to be stressed.
Yeah,
So,
every time you say 5x5, in my head, I just go 666, like the Slipknot song.
it's got numerous meanings, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, obviously, yeah, we're back. It's been a while since we've done an episode together. Obviously, you know, you're no dynamic duo with Scott these days, but
Yep.
I wanted us both to sit down and just talk about Tidal. Obviously, you know, we are there every show now. We're closely associated with them.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, it kind of feels weird not talking about the shows that we've been to. I know you talked to Scott about them on Side Talk.
Yeah.
I was kind of feeling a little bit jelly, so I was like, no, I want in on this action. So I'm going to sit down with my boy, and we're going to talk Tidal. And
Let's do it.
obviously, the last show being Lost in the Parish.
Yep.
Sunday just gone. Obviously, a nod to Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, because it was Christmas themed.
Oh, okay. I didn't get onto that, but thank you for telling me.
Obviously, you know, Taj, with it being the last show of the year, Taj came out, spoke to the fans, thanked the fans, obviously explained what kind of a year she's had, thanked them for the support, and explained, you know, obviously Tidal is an escape and it's a reason for her to get out and about and do stuff. So, yeah, there we go. It was heartfelt, it was genuine, and, you know, hopefully made the fans feel acknowledged and appreciated as well. So,
Yeah, for sure. She's got something very special under her wing, and yeah, she's harnessing it well. She's got good. She's doing good things, and glad to see it. So yeah, after the year she's had, the last year or so that she's had, then it's great to have that kind of escapism for the real world. But I'm sure it has its own trials and tribulations in itself. Being a wrestling promoter must be stressful.
It's like double-edged sword, isn't it? Yeah, it's something good, but you know, the hell of a lot of negative probably comes with it as well. It's finding that balance. But you know, whatever they're doing it right. You know, obviously it's still in the infancy, you know, under the new management. You know, 23 was a good year. It was, I think, we're finding the feet. 2024 is, you know, the upward trajectory has been huge. Based, you know, we would have got the main event that we had at this show, you know, 18 months ago. So you know, that shows where it's going. We'll obviously get to that main event towards the end of this episode. But the first match, you know, kind of set the bar for me. It set the tone of the show perfectly. You know, we had Team Santa versus Team Krampus.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was advertised as 4-on-4, but we only knew 3 of each team before going into the match. So people we knew about, obviously, were on Team Santa. You know, that cool guy with lots of friends, Mr. Ian Skinner. Chris Aries, a.k.a. the former Adonis Payne, and Arthur Scurro. And Team Krampus, Dara Diablo, Alexander Lockhart, and David Atlas. And each team had a mystery partner. Do you have any idea? Had you been speculating beforehand who it might be, or was you just waiting to be like pop to see who it was?
I did not give it a moment's thought. I just like to turn up and be surprised. If there's a surprise on a show, I like it to be a surprise sometimes. Obviously, it's cool to be like in the know and all that kind of stuff. But I did not give it a moment's thought, but in the best kind of way.
That's it, don't dwell on it, and then you're kind of excited as of when somebody pops up. And obviously, you know, we got the former Tidal champ. You know, it was probably the best person that could have come out to get a reaction from the crowd, to make the crowd feel like, you know, because we haven't seen Scotty. Also, sorry, yeah, you know, it was Scotty Walker came out. He was on Ian Skinner's team.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Scotty since May, if memory serves me right. You know, since he lost the title to Spike. So for him to come back in this fashion was like, okay, here we go.
Yeah, for sure. Business picks up when Scotty is in the arena for sure. And it was a heck of a team, though, to be fair. Team Santa, all star really. I mean, I'd seen the name Arthur Scoro on socials and stuff. He's doing his thing, but I didn't. I've never seen him wrestle before, so I liked his gear. I thought it looked very Mortal Kombat, even though it had like he's meant to be like a pirate, but I thought it looked more like a Mortal Kombat kind of guy with his.
A pirate character in Mortal Kombat would be Boss.
Yeah, could you imagine? Fatality, walk the plank.
Just push both the plank into a shark. And that's the fatality.
Yeah.
But yeah, Scoro, I've never seen Scoro live either. But you know, again, seen him on the socials. Obviously, association with Chris Aries, association with Artemis, being part of Odyssey and all that kind of sort of stuff. I knew the guy was cool, but yeah, never seen him live. Thought he was awesome. Loved his stuff. Quickly address, you know, the fact that Team Krampus's mystery partner was the founder of the MWO, the Moo World Order. Strange. Yeah. And we are MWO for life.
So, Mr. Tim Strange, the Grinch himself.
I love the fact that he had kind of like green furry trunks on it, kind of like he killed the Grinch and made wrestling gear out of him.
Skin the Grinch. Skin the Grinch to become the Grinch.
You are what you wear.
Yeah.
So, and he's either a Grinch or giant Furby, according to the fans. So
yeah, yeah, giant Furby. Yeah, I love it.
I am a Furby. But yeah, man, this match was boss. Obviously, talking to Arthur Scurra, you know, he got his shots in early, went on the offensive, pulling off some awesome moves. We had some double team action with Chris Aries. And then Aries kicked him in the face by accident, and he was gone.
Hoiked, yeah. He was the only elimination in the entire match, apart from the actual decisive pinfall, wasn't he, right?
No, the other team got eliminated, because obviously it was elimination style, so he was the only elimination from Team Santa. But then obviously everybody got whittled down on Team Krampus.
Oh, right, yeah, I'm remembering it, completely misremembering it, so excuse me.
It was elimination. Obviously, you know, everybody else must have got eliminated on the other team.
Yeah.
Team tried to win.
I can't remember the order of things, but I remember sitting there for a while thinking Scoro has been the only elimination so far, so maybe I'm just still stuck in that mindset, even though it was made before the match was finished.
Well, you had Scoro, and obviously it's also said due to an error on Aries' part, and then Alexander Lockhart, who pulled off a very, very sweet looking Northern Lights suplex at some point, I've got to say, just to point that out. Obviously, my mind's fresh. I've got the match because I've just done the highlight reel for Tidal, so my mind's like, I've watched that match probably like 20 times whilst I've been doing stuff. And yeah, man, if you get a chance to watch the match, or if you watch the match, you remember it. If not, obviously check out the highlight reel. At one point, Lockhart just hits this sweet, sweet looking Northern Light suplex, and it's the bridge is just perfect. But then,
a good bridge.
And I think it's the little details, it's the little things like that just kind of stick out to me. And I'm just like, yeah, this he looks awesome. And I'm hearing he's back in January, so fingers crossed I'm hearing right, because
very cool.
Again, not a name I'm familiar with, but I'm happy to see him and to have been educated in his ways, because yeah, very, very cool.
Yeah, there was a few debutantes on this show, which is always cool to see. People you may know, people you may not know. Either way, it is excellent.
Exactly, that's it. That's another thing, you know, like we've said it numerous times before, you know, about Tidal. You know, I like, obviously, you know, we get to various different promotions, and And the last thing you want is to see the same people at all the shows. As much as you like certain people, you don't want them everywhere because then it's just samey. So I like to go somewhere and be like, okay, I've not seen this person before. This is a new person. And Tidal are very good at bringing up. Obviously, Spike will get to. It's the only the only promotion he worked for in Yorkshire or up north, as far as I know, is Tidal. So if you want to see Spike Trivet, you got to go to Tidal.
Or go to London.
Exactly.
Down south,
But yeah, this opening match, all the best kind of chaos. It was chaotic. We had 8 men in the ring at one point. We had 4 men in the ring at one point. We had triple moves. We had 3-on-1s. Dora Diablo being awesome. Big bastard. And Ian Skinner being Ian Skinner. And donning that cowboy hat and riding Tim Stranger's back on the ropes.
Yeah, I love Ian Skinner. I watched the Ian Skinner episode this morning, and I was laughing heartily all the way through. Basically, funny guy, lots of friends. But it was a cool match. Lots of bits and pieces to take away, and I thought the end was quite cool. It was Skinner and Scotty took turns doing, was it top rope maneuvers, and then they both pinned Tim Strange at the same time.
As well, dude, because it went. Scotty, obviously, they eliminated everyone. Got rid of Diablo, left with Tim Strange. Scotty hits the Black Mass or whatever he calls it. So I have to call it the Black Mass. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Black Mass. Skinner hits the running knee. Aries hits the top rope elbow, and then Scotty hits the BBME to get the pinfall. And all 3 guys just jump on top of Tim Strange to get the pinfall.
Yeah, very nice teamwork.
Love it.
Very nice.
Does make the dream work. So, big, like I say, man, this was a perfect match to start the show for me. I was hyped for this. I was loving it. Obviously, Scotty gave people Skittles, so I was hyped up on sugar by the end of the match. It was just...
Yeah, my little girl. Thank you, Ian Skinner. But
we obviously then had, following this, 2 more debuts. We had Big Bubba Quaid. I want to pronounce his surname. Apologies if I've mispronounced his surname. We'll call him BQ. Against Tommy Vril.
Yeah.
Again, apologies if I mispronounced, but
so
Tommy,
from what I've gathered, and I've not really looked properly into it, but Mark Andrews' training school's New Wave, and Tommy Vril is a product of New Wave, so I'm assuming he came up with Mark Andrews for the show. Very cool kind of character, very interesting. Obviously, the ballet is largely on show when we go watch Cara Noir. He's a ballet dancer that's completely transformed it into some kind of wrestling. He's using it well. So it was interesting to see a different somebody else do something similar, but not entirely the same, obviously. But yeah, it was a cool match. I'd never heard of Bubba Quaid, I'll be honest. Tommy Vril I'd seen the name of a couple of times, but nothing majorly that I remembered him from, just from scrolling social media, basically. So yeah, it was a good match. It was cool. It was a cool match.
I was very impressed. Well, both guys, Big Bubba, typical big man. He was just being dominated. He was throwing around. There was one point where Tommy bounces off the rope, and it's like he goes to try and leapfrog over Bubba, and Bubba's like, "No, mate," and he just kicks him in the chest. He just big boots him, and he just catches him square in the chest, and Tommy flies back.
Yeah.
And there's just certain bits in every match where I just remember, and I remember that was a very memorable bit of that match because it just looked genuine. One of those moments where you physically can just go, "Ooh."
Yeah. Kick the teeth out of his mouth. Yeah.
But yeah, obviously the Cara comparison, I was thinking the same sort of thing, but the comparison is there obviously because of the ballet kind of side of things, but with Tommy I was kind of getting more of a again, this is not meant as a besmirchment, but with Cara it's beautiful. You know, when he comes out he's elegant, it's soft, he's smooth. It's a swan basically. With Tommy it was very dramatic, it was very angry, it was very just like rah, which made it different. It just made it different enough that I didn't think, oh, he's trying to be Cara. There's obviously you can see the comparisons, but he's not trying to be him. He's not taking, you know, it's not Cara from Wish or Temu or whatever kind of thing. It's just Tommy is his own person, and he's kind of making his own niche with it. And it's just he's kind of, instead of being smooth and beautiful, it's angry, it's dramatic, it's sort of disastrous.
Yeah, for sure.
Seems the perfect time for me to appear, because it's the third match, and that was the match I were in, where I won this. Lovely bit of silver.
Yeah, it's very shiny.
How are we doing?
Axel, Ash, you've never actually been formally introduced on an episode before, so.
Nice to meet you, bro.
That were impressive, wasn't it? Man don't do that.
I'm a man of many noises.
I do that.
Congratulations on winning the tag titles, my man. How'd you feel?
Thank you. Isn't it good?
Isn't it good?
Didn't we do well? I say, didn't we do well? Didn't Jim do well?
Yeah.
Played your part, man. You played your part. You...
We were saving Jim for that moment. We'd planned it. That was the plan. I was going to get my ass handed to me. I was going to get kicked in the spine by Joe Wade. I was going to get clotheslined by Ace Matthews. I was going to get all sorts of stuff. And then, boom, we unleashed Jim. Pumped him full of pre-workout. You were good to go.
Nice.
My man, Ash, reckons that, you know, you were getting overstimulated with Mr. Allen at one point.
Yeah. You were a bit... What? That referee, eh?
Yeah.
Bit too much for me.
Definitely.
But he helped us. I think. Or did he?
I think he played a part. I think psychology. Yeah, I think he got inside Chase's head, and then
I mean, surely bringing him out there at that moment was just to throw everyone off. I didn't expect it. But chasing the Nash boat were there in the three of them trying to catch on to that Nash boat before it left. But my word, it's left a bit of a change in the landscape, hasn't it?
Well, yeah, we've got new champs. You guys are now going to be rocking tall and proud, coming out with belts.
I know, crazy to think that. But we did all right. We did very well. Jim got the win. We were there. We didn't expect it. We'd planned it, obviously, to win. We'd planned it in our heads to go, we're going to win this, because we were the team in there that really had nothing to lose. We're thinking about it.
You know, we discussed it before. You hadn't pinned anyone or made anyone tap out on your way into the final. You know, you kind of won by countouts and tying people to ring posts.
Yeah, we did well, didn't we? I wanted to win with our prize conversation by count out or tying someone up. Didn't quite work out that way. But Jim, good as he is, quick little schoolboy, 1, 2, 3, job's a good one. I just laid down on the floor for a little bit. I think at that point I'd already been kicked in the head by Joe. Wasn't nice, that. I just said he had nice tattoos and he booted me in the mouth.
Like I say, you didn't tell him he looked better with the blonde hair. He's gone back to just black again now, hasn't he?
Oh, I know. I should have said you need some different colours. I liked green haired Joe Wade because it was like a can of Monster.
Yeah. Off Hulk.
Yeah, it was very spiffing. But no, it was fun. You know, Misery Business were there. They shook our hands, you know, sign of respect to say, you know what, you did it. I don't know what we've got planned, but I know on January 16th on the second show of that day, we will be defending these. Not sure who yet. You know, maybe Misery Business get what they want, but they did just lose the tag tournament, which we won. So maybe that pushes them back a little bit. Maybe they have to get another win, something like that. But we are fighting champions. It's been long enough. Ace and Chase have not been defending these as they should do and decreasing the value of these belts, because I did check on Cash Converter's website. But, you know, we're going to put the value of these back up, and we're going to take anyone and everyone on. And we're going to have a good old time doing it. First official win for the Freak Show in Tidal, because Freaky didn't win the Women's Rumble last year. Or was it this year? This year. Freaky didn't win that this year. Then, you know, we didn't get any pins, but now we've got one pin and some belts. Not many people can say that.
So it takes one pin for that 3 seconds. Bish bash.
So I'm very grateful for Nash for being there and getting involved. Maybe we'll see custody of Ace Matthews in a shark cage.
Yeah, that's literally what I said to Nick in the car on the drive home on Sunday.
There we go. Let's do it.
Great minds.
Let's put Ace in a cage on that stage area, and then have Ace and Chase and Nash. There's too many names in this. Have a scrap, and then whoever wins can have Ace Matthews.
Can have him. Yeah, I like it.
I can put him on a pole, like wedgie style. Have him on a pole.
Yeah,
Top wedgie, and then the winner has to kind of lift an agonized Ace back off the pole.
bit like Millhouse on a Simpsons episode. Slow him down. Slow him down from up there. Well, I mean, what's who would you like to see us defend against? And we might use some leverage to get them there.
There's a list of people. But
Me and Nick.
Yeah,
Me and Nick taking on the Freak
come
Show.
do it. We'll have a right good time.
There's a good list of people. Like I say, Misery Business obviously got to be up there. You and the Lancadors have obviously got a chemistry. I feel, you know, you guys have got unfinished business. There's a few people maybe from down south that can come up and have a go.
I'd like to see Hack and Slash come back. They're cool.
Hack and
My
Slash,
other tag team.
Very cool.
that's a dilemma, isn't it? You know,
How am I going to do that?
or Freak Show.
How am I going to have to? If it's Hack and Slash, I'm going to be a bit upset because, I mean, well, technically I'd win either way, but I won't let them win because I want to have this. This means a lot to me. You know, I'm not too familiar with guys from down south. I know there's a lot of good teams down there, so maybe it's someone from down there that we've never met before. Have a bit of a crossover. Don't know. It could be anyone, couldn't it? Definitely, Misery Business are up there for us because as much as Joe Wade did upset me that night, they shook us hands and they left and went and did what they did there and just were a bit grumpy for a bit.
Nothing new then, really, is there? So you know,
No, nothing new. This is the start of a new era for Tidal Wrestling going into 2025. Freak Show. Hopefully, Freaky Felicia is going to be healed from her neck injury going into next year. Maybe she could go against Natalie Sykes for that lovely silver belt. And then God knows what could happen from there. Two more belts up for grabs.
You know what happens when people start belt collecting them like that? You start becoming like a faction. You start gaining power. You start dominating. You start steamrolling over the shows.
That's it.
Like a British evolution or something. It's just like, oh,
yeah. But like Legacy, if they had Jimmy Snooker's son and Manu in it instead of Cody Rhodes and DiBiase Jr.
Another team I was thinking of as well. There's a team that's how they do it, or something along those lines. It's a brand of some sort in Lancashire.
Oh yeah. I think I've heard of them.
Yeah.
LWF lads, I think. But yeah, there's absolutely loads of people, and I'm not going to go away for a year and not be booked, I'm going to be there every single show, whether I'm booked or not, because I've got this. That means I can get in. It's like a key. It's like it's like one of those universal keys for them bogs at Weatherspoons. A master key. This is what this is, and I can go anywhere I want, as long as it's within the parish or where Tidal are running shows.
Just so you go to like another wrestling promotion, like got a belt, let me in.
That's it. That's it.
Get yourself to True Grit on Saturday at York. Just walk in. Right.
I could do, couldn't I?
And you're not going to get stuck in the school this time. They'll have to let you out of the school because you've got a belt.
That's it. I might do it. A misery business there. I don't think they are they?
No.
Oh, that's all right then. I might go. I don't want to get kicked in the head again, Nick. It hurt. And I don't know what hurt more, the kick in the back or to the face.
I'd say face, personally. I'm guessing, I don't know. Depends.
Probably. I mean, I don't remember that one, but the back I do. My word, does that boy kick. It's like a mule.
I heard Jet Marshall being referred to as the SLC, a stiff little cunt. The
Well,
SLC, slightly stiffer little cunt.
Maybe. I don't like using them words. It's a bit rude. Mainly because I don't want one of them to come and get me if I say that. So they're lovely boys that just like to lay them in a bit.
That was Jet Marshall's. He self-deemed. He embraced it. He acknowledged it.
He can go get Nash. Not Nash. Which one is it? Ace for that hardcore title at North. He can go sort him out for us. Then we'll have to deal with him.
Oh, but yeah, man, I'm looking forward to seeing what the Freak Show have planned for 2020.
Yeah, who knows? We've got loads of tricks up our sleeves. No one will see anything coming. It will be amazing for 2025.
It's going to be cheeky.
It is going to be tweaky. I put two words together there. See if you can figure them out in comments. Right, before I go, I'm going to let both of you ask me one question each, and it can be about anything you want.
Oh, Ash.
Favorite horror movie?
Oh, that's a good question. My favorite horror movie probably is, it's a hard one. So I like The Conjuring and stuff. That franchise. I think that's really good. I like the original Halloween. I like the remake of Halloween. Probably Halloween. Is it Halloween Kills, the second one? Really like that one. And It, the miniseries and the film. Hostel's all right, but one that I've gotten right into and I've watched it recently, and I need to watch the third one. It's Terrifier 2. I really like that film. I thought it was quite funny.
Yeah, no resemblance whatsoever.
No, don't be putting them ideas out because
this one
promoters
talks.
won't book me.
This one talks.
I think I'll start killing people. I don't do that.
In a wrestling sense.
Yes.
Very good.
Right.
Very good.
My question is, I'm going to go down a different avenue. If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Oh, that is a good question. Very good question. For me, I'd like to have the ability to say something and then people just do it. So, do you know him from Little Britain? Look round my eyes, look into my eyes. I want his superpower because he got away with all sorts.
Nice. Hypnosis, basically, then.
Yeah, I'll have that. That's the word. Hypnosis. I thought I was making it up.
We'll get your hat. It will fit perfectly. Oh, hang on a minute. I thought Freaky had the power of hypnosis, though.
Oh, sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Works on Doris. I'll have that. I didn't beat him, though. That's the thing.
There's always next time.
There's always next time, especially now that I am Tidal tag team champion, along with Gentleman Jim Maguire, who is 57 years of age and probably the oldest person ever to win a title, especially in Tidal. Don't know about anywhere else. I'd have to look into that.
I think it is history making. I think I can confirm.
Especially in that sort of area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys made history on Sunday. So, in all seriousness, congratulations. It's fully deserved. And I'm really happy for you guys.
Thank you very much, guys. It's been lovely popping into this lovely review. I hope the rest of it's really good. I won't know. I'll have to watch it like everyone else. So take care, you boys, and I'll see you in January at the next 2 title shows.
Second chance. Yes.
Second chance. See ya.
Pleasure to meet you. Take care.
Hey.
Well, that was about as random as you would expect from Axel himself, but it's always cool to have a random guest turn up. And as we said, yeah, I'm happy. I know you was kind of rooting for Misery Business, but I know you wouldn't begrudge the Freak Show the belts either, because
not so. Good fun, good entertainment. That dancing spot that they do is fucking fantastic. I absolutely love it. Yeah, all good. Very, very entertaining. Good for the kids as well that are in the house. They're kid friendly. Yeah. Very entertaining. Just good. They're guaranteed a good time.
That's it. You're guaranteed to put smiles on faces. So, but after having smiles on faces and being good for the kids and family friendly, next we had HT Drake's Open Christmas Extreme Bonanza Extravaganza. Tony Wright did a much better job at that than I have. Open challenge. So basically a Christmas themed hardcore match. We was talking about this stuff before, the show. I know you're not a hardcore. I know you're not, a deathmatch kind of guy. I hope you enjoyed this. Because Big Effing Joe obviously came out. He answered the call. I believe it was a debut for Big Fucking Joe at Tidal as well. And mate, I loved this match.
Yeah. It's when it comes to these kinds of matches, it's preposterous, it's silly, it's just a big old slice of fun, really, isn't it? Just silliness. So I was into it a bit more. I have to say though, Big Effing Joe wasn't as big as I would have thought with his name being Big Effing Joe. I'm pretty sure I'd have been towering over him if I was stood next to him, but I won't say that to his face. Anyway, but it was cool to see him.
He looked pretty fucking big to me. But I mean, you're a big bastard anyway. You're like, what, 6'4" or something? So yeah, maybe, I'm big or average effing Joe for you.
Yeah. Average Joe's. I was thinking of dodgeball the other day. You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Anyway, we're going massively off.
Christmas tree, you can win this match.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, it had it all. But obviously, the theme was everything had to be Christmas related for it to be used as a weapon. We had Christmas trees going where Christmas trees shouldn't go, so much so that I even used a little sensor pad when I did a highlight reel for my videos. We had a coat hanger. This was on my side of the ring. I think you did it on your side as well afterwards, so everybody kind of got to see it. But yeah, he fished hooked Drake with the coat hanger. And that was just mental. And then obviously you got a kendo stick or Singapore cane, whatever your terminology is. Sandy said, no, can't use that. It's not Christmas.
Until
stuck a bow on it. There you go. Now it's Christmas.
A little bit of tinsel makes all the difference, evidently. But yeah, it was good fun.
I don't know if it's intentional or if this is what he was referencing, but as soon as I saw it, I just got Happy Gilmore in my head, because after he'd done the cane in, he obviously sort of riding the horse around the ring, and I just got Happy Gilmore in my head at that point.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie for absolutely ages.
It's what Austin Powers is to you, Happy Gilmore is to me.
Yeah, I suppose. I did watch an Adam Sandler movie today, actually, Spaceman on Netflix, which was quite sad, to be honest with you. I like him in his serious roles, but again, we're going off on a tangent, so excuse me.
Look who I was talking to yesterday, mate. This is mild. This is freaking. This is controllable carnage.
Yeah.
I'm not sat here just being like, I don't know what's going on.
Good and rough shot.
But yeah, this match, awesome. HT Drake has got to be one of the most underappreciated guys in the business for me. He never fails to deliver. One of my favorite matches of this whole year was his wrestling masterclass at the last show with Lee Dawson.
Friendship.
Oh my God, that was such a good match. But Drake, he does it, and he makes it look easy, man. That's the thing. It's just effortless. Whether it's at Tidal, whether it's at True Grit, whether it's any other promotion, where he just does what he does. I love HT Drake, and I think everybody should acknowledge the awesomeness.
Yeah, you can tell the guy is a trainer because he just knows it all, has it all in his locker. And it was all on show at that match that you just mentioned against Lee Dawson. It was just any style you could imagine was in it. I think he was trying not to succumb to the sumo chants, but at that point it was like the only style that they hadn't done in the match. So it was only right that they did, and it was chef's kiss.
Obviously, after this match, as always, when there's a hardcore match or something like that on the card, it's happening before the intermission to give everybody time to kind of clean up and get rid of all the carnage. So after this match, we all managed to just take 15, gather our breaths, reclaim our sanity, calm down. Our young'uns have their picture taken with Mark Andrews, and then we sit that down for the second half.
Yeah, and the second half was all three title matches back to back, which remind me, who started? Was it the ladies?
It was the ladies.
It was the ladies.
Natalie, on the back of her winning the three-way number one contendership match against Lana Austin and Gia Adams.
Yeah.
At the last show against Livy Grace, who has defended the belt, several times this year, and looked awesome doing so. So obviously Natalie had her shot a few months ago, came up short. So this was her second chance, to take the title from the next show. His second shot at getting the belt. And yeah, man, did you enjoy the match?
Yeah, it was good, man. I enjoyed very much. Sykes has had quite the couple of weeks making a Progress debut and then winning the Women's Championship at Tidal's really, really cool. It's a good match, good back and forth. I think it was probably the right decision to have Sykes come out on top. So yeah, it was all good. No complaints from me. Credit to Livy Grace though for carrying the title for a good few months now. Making the trip all the way up from Kent mustn't be too pleasant. So fair play to her. But yeah, congratulations to Natalie Sykes.
But again, Livy is, like I say, somebody who, if they weren't booked by Tidal, I probably wouldn't be that familiar with.
Yeah, me either.
I know you're more up on the sort of the Progress and some of the stuff down south than I am. I obviously stay very sort of around, northeast, northwest, Lancashire, Yorkshire. That's in regions. So yeah, it's like say, Arthur Scorer beforehand, heard of him until he came to Tidal. Never seen him in person. Same for Livy. I probably would have seen him on socials or YouTube. Probably never would have got to see him in person. And she carried the belt like an absolute champ. She was a boss. And because she did that, though, it meant something when Natalie won. That was a moment of triumph for Natalie Sykes. And you had kind of got the feeling that, you know, it seemed like a genuine emotion at the end of that match. She was just like,
Yeah. And just touching on Livy Grace, I'll never get over her pinning Nina Samuels in like 30 seconds or whatever it was when she won the title. I won't get over that for a long time, because it was genuinely like, what just happened? Everyone's just looking at each other like, what is going on? So yeah, fair play.
because she came into it as a replacement as well. Because I think originally that match was advertised as Nina versus Lana.
Oh sure, yeah, of course it was.
Came in as a replacement. It was just like, oh shit. So, but there we go. Obviously, Nina had, you know, prepared for somebody else, got substituted, totally took Nina by surprise. Bish bash bosh, job's a good one. But Nina did get a chance to get a belt back. Livy retained, which is what I was all about when I say, you know, Livy just totally bossed it as champ. So the fact that she defended it against Nina Samuel successfully just means so, you know, it just means so much more when Natalie wins it. So for me, it was a good story. It was a good journey. And good payoff at the end. And kudos to Natalie. And I'm excited to see what she does next. And if we do get a Freaky Felicia versus Natalie Sykes match at some point when Freaky's back and back to full fitness and healed, but not healed as in she turned into a bad person in wrestling terminology. You know, she's healed up, she's fixed, she's fit, she's back to fighting action.
Good to go. Yeah, hopefully that'll be something to look forward to, definitely.
So next we had, well, it was meant to be Rob Drake versus the Czech Terminator, my favourite blueprint, Mr. Vuzic. But poor Rob on a poorly thumb. So
poor Rob. Poor little Rob with his poor little thumb.
I'm not going to say what he did to damage the thumb, but yeah, he's got a poorly thumb.
Trying to pick his nose with the wrong finger. That's what that was. It bent the wrong way. Broke a nail.
I'm going to say this because by the end of the match, I'm going to change what I say because, again, somebody else I'm not overly familiar with, Tom Thelwell, seen him in Tidal a couple of times. Nothing was popping. I was on the fence. It kind of came in with a lot of people I knew were sort of being like, yeah, man, awesome, blah, blah. Something didn't click for me. You know, he's referring to himself as the Stallion. For me, I was like, nah, mate, you know, it's the Shetland pony. You know, I'm not having this. But, you know, after this, I'll say this now before we talk about the match. By the end of this match, I acknowledge the Stallion monarch. He is the Stallion, Tom Thelwell. Vuzic and, you know, Tom smashed it during this match. I loved this match. I've said that about most of the matches, but I loved the story in this match. You know, Rob getting involved, getting a DQ, and then obviously, you know, hurting Vuzic so much that Tom then got 2 pinfalls back to back. Lana getting involved. It was just dastardly. It was heelish. It was Drake sort of belittling Tom, saying like just trying to get him psyched up or, you know, amped up. And poor Vuzic, man, at times was just like, but then when he came back, he looked fierce, he looked strong. Mate, I just, as you can tell, you know how hyped I'm getting just by talking about it. Mate, I loved this match.
Yeah, the dynamic was really good. I thought the three of them played up the heel shitbaggery very, very well indeed. I didn't. Did Thelwell or Drake have like an interaction on one of the last shows, or was it kind of just a debut on this show? Because I couldn't remember. I didn't understand why they were all coming out. It's like obviously the Manchester connection, but that was pretty much all I could conjure with my own brain.
But we'll do a flashback thing. We'll do this. The last show, it was Ace Matthews versus Drake. If you remember, Ace came out earlier in the show and cost Tom Thelwell. Ace came out as a clown mask, distracted Tom. Tom lost against Skinner. It was then Ace versus Drake. Thelwell got involved and just beat down Ace Matthews and helped Rob Drake out.
Right. Okay.
And that's when they had a shared moment, and that was the making of a beautiful friendship.
Yeah, fair. Your memory is much better than mine. That's not even a conversation.
That was the forming of the faction, basically. That was how those guys got together. And yeah, man, I like it. It's interesting. It's you've kind of got the wily sort of veteran. He knows what he's doing. Obviously, given his surname, he knows a little thing or two about teamwork. He knows about being in a tag team. He knows what it takes to be with somebody, work with somebody. And he just, I think Tom is just gonna get better and better through association.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, the dynamic was really good. Lana is, she just understands the assignment so well, like being a little gobshite heel. And yeah, Drake just the perfect accompaniment to Lana's antics, shall we say. But yeah, I was like, to be honest with you, I spent most of the match looking at Rob Drake, thinking he looks like Mickey from Snatch. Do you reckon he's purposefully going for that look? And I was just like, do you like dogs? But all within my own mind.
You wouldn't say it. You wouldn't actually be like, Rob, periwinkle blue.
It's gonna shout out in the middle of a match. Rob Drake, do you like dogs? Complete silence. What? Yeah.
To be fair, you just sort of said, the tumbleweed thing.
Yeah.
But you got the shout out of the night in the next match, which we will get to. So I just want to make that now. You're about fear of tumbleweed moments, shouting stuff out, but you got the opposite. You got the from a wrestler and just being like, yes, well done. Yeah. So it is the main event. This is what I'm talking about. It was a first time encounter. It was two former Progress champions. It was two of the very best in this country, in Europe, nay, in the world for me. It was Mark Andrews versus Spike Trivet, and
the fact we get to see matches of this caliber delivered by wrestlers of their caliber in that tiny little room in like insignificant little place, like Huddersfield. No disrespect to Huddersfield, but it's not like a must go to place for many things, unless you like Huddersfield Town Football Club, of course. But yeah, the fact we get to see all of that in this little room in Huddersfield, it's just silly. It's silly good. Like, they could and should be and have done and will do again be in rooms where there's multiple thousand people chanting their names and on the edge of the seat for their matches. So the fact that we get to see them in this tiny little room, it's bonkers. And I am so thankful and I'm so happy. And I've seen Subculture a couple of times. I've never seen Andrews in a singles match live with my own eyes, so that was something to behold and something to take in. And I've run out of superlatives for Spike at this point. I really have. He's the fucking bollocks. He really is. So good. And yeah, waffling. Nick, tag.
No, waffle away, dude. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm quite happy just sitting there with a smile on my face. I appreciate people appreciating, and I love that stuff. I do. And I was just going like that, mate, because you sort of say you just run out of things to say about Spike. It's like, it's freaking, you could write a thesaurus of examples or definitions of different things or different meanings of words to amazing, excellent, technical, technician, beautiful, artist. Just, it's all there. And I've been a massive Mark Andrews for many, 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 many years. Actually, anyone who knows me knows I got into British wrestling over 10 years ago. We're talking back in the days, when you had like a young Martin Kirby, Danny Hope, Joey Hayes, Chris Travis, Mark Andrews, when he was just a wee little whippersnapper, this kid from Wales tearing it up in PCW, in Progress, coming out on his skateboard. And to see him back in Tidal, I saw him there first time round. It's been 10 years since he was last at Tidal, and dude hasn't lost a beat. He's still as good as he was, if not better. He's been to the top of the mountain. He's acknowledged for his talent. People know how great he is, and yeah, I'm just hopefully, he said it afterwards as well. Hopefully he'll be back. Hopefully it wasn't a one-off.
Yeah.
Hopefully we see Mark Andrews again at Tidal. You can cut my pinky off. If I get that again, I will happily donate my little finger. Cut it off. You cruiser it. Just give me more Mark Andrews.
Yeah, Mark Andrews versus Vusic sounds pretty tasty to me. That would be something I would look forward to, and then some.
And yeah, dude, just that's the thing that there's so much there that they could do. But yeah, Spike versus Andrews, loved it. The thing it's not a besmirchment on the match. It went for a really good long time. It was a good match. I think in my head, I was kind of hoping, I wanted like a fucking Hangman Adam Page, Bryan Danielson 60-minute time limit draw, or something crazy like that. Those guys could have gone for an hour for me, and I would have just sat there and soaked in the aura of this awesomeness. And when the match ended, I was kind of like, yeah, that was. But a little bit of me was really sad that the match ended.
I thought it ended a little earlier. I mean, they've been going for 20 minutes at this point, but that's a regular kind of match length. But yeah, it seemed to end a little too soon than what I was expecting and wanting. I thought they were going to go for a little longer, but that's just nitpicking, really, isn't it? The content of what they delivered in the 20 minutes was just.
It was solid, wasn't it?
World class, mate, from both parties.
Exactly. It's the fact that that speaks volumes that we thought 20 minutes just went by like that, and it ended. It was like, oh man. But yeah, those guys, it could have gone for an hour for me. I'd love to see. Give me an Iron Man match. Give me a 60-minute Iron Man match for those two. Give me, as you sort of said, Mark Andrews, Vusic, a Super Iron Will Iron Man 60-minute match. I will thank you for suggesting this, but gosh, that's what I want.
Let's will it into existence. Let's Iron Will it into existence. And the chant, the shout out that I delivered was "Let's go deep, Pete," which every time a Spike Trivet enters the arena, the whole room just smells like deep heat. He must absolutely shower himself in the stuff before he comes out. So I shouted that, and he had a little chuckle. So I popped Spike Trivet moments before he was about to go into some serious business with Mark Andrews. So I'm happy with that.
That's it. In context, obviously, the fans were split. We had the "Let's go Spike," "Let's go Andrews," "Let's go Spike," "Let's go Andrews," and then randomly, "Let's go DP." I was like, yes.
Yeah,
Perfect.
it's very prevalent when Spike enters the room. Stings the nostrils.
I think it might be a southern thing, because I got a very, very strong whiff of it from Aries and Skura as well as they.
Oh, right, okay.
So I don't know if it's a southern, if it sort of southerners are sponsored by Deep Heat.
Maybe it's just like, we're going up north. We need to douse ourselves in deep heat just to protect ourselves from the cold or whatever.
That's it. Yeah, acclimatizing when they're coming up north. They're not used to. It's a little bit more chilly, so yeah, get that deep heat in. It's like installation.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, we did notice Chris, who I was sat next to us, the guys from Pursuit. They smelled lovely. They smelled like lavender. Misery Business came out, walked in front of us, and we was like, if we'd have been a cartoon, we would have kind of, our noses would have followed Alan Kay and Joe Wade.
Floated after them.
And then 2 other people came out from Pursuit as well. Actually, so yeah, it was Freak Show. You know, they came out afterwards, and we was like, they smell lovely as well. So I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's a Pursuit thing. As you sort of said, man, they're coming out smelling like roses. That's what Pursuit does. Maybe.
Yeah, definitely.
So, but as a whole, mate, yeah, you know my views on it. Did you enjoy the show as a whole?
Yeah, spot on. No complaints from me. Every match had good dynamics, good storytelling, and yeah, it was great showcase from the absolute top to not the absolute bottom, but you know, starting out kind of they're just getting started with their career, with their pro wrestling journey. So yeah, awesomeness, always awesome with Tidal.
That's it. So, and obviously we were talking about Mark Andrews, talking about Tommy Bill. You mentioned New Wave earlier. It's been announced today that the New Wave Women's Champion Luna will be taking on Ian Skinner at the January show for the open weight title.
Very cool. That should be very interesting to see.
She's actually pulling double duties because she's taking on Ronnie Knox at the first show, which is the women's or exclusive show. So yeah, you got Luna versus Ronnie Knox at that one is called This Is For You, and then you second chance Ian Skinner versus Luna. So yeah, you know, she's pulling double duty, and I'm sure she'll absolutely smash it. Because again, you know, by association, she's awesome. She's amazing. She's very, very good at what she does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think New Wave are definitely, as much as I hype up, you know, Pursuit, House of Pain, Future Shock, you know, Temple, New Wave Wrestling School are absolutely fucking banging them out at the minute as well.
Yeah, sick, man. It's amazing to see so many schools producing so much talent, and it's only means good things.
Oh, yes.
Learning from the best.
That's it, you see. That's the thing. But no, dude, I need to go for a smoke after this or something. I'm just that excited. Just like
need to go for a jog.
I need a cold shower. I need something. I'm just like hyped. You know what I mean? I love talking about shows that I've been to. That's the thing, you know, and I always love talking about the stuff that I like. You know, it just gets me re-hyped. I enjoy it even more. And hopefully other people pick up on that and then they like it. You know, if anybody watching this who was at the show, you know, enjoyed the match, you know, when you hear somebody else talking about it and the enthusiasm, it kind of makes you enjoy the match even more. It kind of makes you think about certain things and be like, actually, you know what? Yeah, that was pretty fucking cool. I like that. So hopefully that's what this does.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, you know, thank you so much. I've thoroughly missed this, and I would like to sort of do this more often after Tidal shows. I think this should be something we do on a regular basis.
Yeah, man, I'm down to clown. All good. not quite as down to clown as Axel the Clown, but you know, down to clown in some regard.
Got the sound effects down, dude. So you know, I mean, right, you are obviously Mr. Social Media when it comes to Work the Left Side. You are Mr. Instagram, as I have dubbed thee.
Right. Yeah, so you can find us at WTLS 316 on Instagram. And I have set up Blue Sky and Threads with the same handle, I believe. And my personal page is Metal X Wrestling, all one word, which is basically just wrestling and metal discussion things. So if you like death metal and whatnot, come over. If you like wrestling, come over. Just mute the posts so you don't have to listen to the death metal.
Just a quick shout out as well. Obviously, anybody watching, I got a message off this guy on Monday night, I believe it was, at a Sleep Token gig, and it was just like, I'm just kind of walking around. I've just inadvertently realised I'm stood next to fucking Kemper and Will Cruz.
Yeah,
mate, I'm not gonna lie. My initial thought was, I hope you're not in a death pit because you'd be fucked.
no, we're quite far away though. To be fair, I was with the wife, so I was in a safe space.
I just had the images of you being in a mosh pit with just moshing it out with Kemper and Cruz, and just
people would perish. Luckily, I've not been in a mosh pit since I was about 14, so it wasn't ever my scene really. But yeah, I was just stood there, kind of just looking around the arena, taking it all in, and just like panned down, and there's Kemper and Will Cruz just stood there, like 8 feet away or something. It's like, oh, fair play.
But yeah, as Ash mentioned, obviously hit him up on Insta, Blue Sky, Threads. The dude does an amazing job on Insta, and I will forever be eternally grateful.
Stop it.
Obviously, if you hit us up on Twitter, that is WTLS420. That's me. And just get you guys posted for future episodes. Obviously, we're kind of winding down for this year. I've got 3 episodes scheduled so far. There'll probably be a side talk one at some point if Scott and Ash can fit it in between Christmas and New Year's merriment. You've got Vuzik, we've got The Brand, and we've got Nathan Elliott from PPW left on the schedule.
Sick.
Those. But yeah, so hit us up, follow, obviously, the generic stuff that I always say. Insert the graphic, like, share, comment, hit the notification bell, do all the stuff we normally ask you to do.
Please, 'tis the season.
Okay. But yeah, just a season to like, share, and comment.
You slags.
Don't be a giant Furby. Don't be a Grinch. Hit like. Interact with us as well. We are here to talk. If you've got anybody you want us to talk to, anyone you want to have on the show, let us know. Put it in the comments. Hit us up on Facebook, Insta, or Twitter. But for now, obviously, you know who we have been, and we will be back again very soon. So remember, as I will now always say, always work the left side. Goodbye.